We were so close, we were almost there. Grand Theft Auto 6 was supposed to release this year, but of course, we all knew it was too good to be true. Just like when they tell you that something amazing is about to happen, and then you're just like, wait, do I get excited? Do I not? What do I do? And you still get excited, and then immediately Rockstar saying, no, we are getting GTA 6 till next year, May 26th. 2026. I don't know what to say, but let's get into it. This was a truly interesting week for Rockstar because they immediately became everybody was pissed at them, right? They immediately became the laughing stock because everybody was like, we knew it deep down in our hearts. GTA 6 was not coming out. The before GTA 6 memes are alive and well, and they are going to be thriving in 2025. Hopefully 2026, it's the end of it, but we are going to hope that it is. But let's get into the trailer for GTA 6 because it is indeed something that brought us all back to be like, okay, Rockstar, we get you, we'll be there. But let's get into it. So this is the new Grand Theft Auto game we just got the trailer for, and we get a little bit more insight about exactly what's coming to the systems. And we are back in Vice City, baby. Jason Duval is our main character here. It says Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new though, right? We also get another main character here who is Lucia Caminos. It says Lucia's father taught her how to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary, which Leonida is basically Florida in this universe here. Vice City, of course, is Miami. So we're back in Florida, baby. But sheer luck got her out. So Lucia's learned her lessons, only smart moves from here. And let's see what that's going to be like, right? We also have another character introduced here. We got a ton of characters we're going to talk about right now, so we're just going to run through them real quick. We have Cal Hampton, which says, what if everything on the internet was true? Conspiracy theorist for sure, right? Jason's friend and a fellow associate of Brian's, Cal feels safest hanging at home, snooping on Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. So Brian is actually, I think, the landlord for Jason, which we'll talk about in a bit as well based on the trailer as well. Another character we have is Booby Ike, and it says it's all about Heart, the Jack of Hearts. Booby is a local Vice City legend and acts like it, one of the few to transform his time into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. Booby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. So we also in here have Draquan Priest, Only Raw Records. Draquan was always more of a hustler than a gangster. Even when he was dealing on the streets to make ends meet, breaking into music was the goal. Another characters we have as well are Real Dimes and viral videos and viral hooks. Bay Lux and Roxy, aka Real Dimes, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold, hard cash via spicy rap tracks and a relentless social media presence. So we got a ton of characters, very interesting ones for sure. Raul Batista, experience counts, confidence, charm, and cunning. Raul's a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take the risk that brings the biggest rewards. And finally, we do have Brian Heater, who, of course, as I said, seems to be Jason's landlord here. Nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys, still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around long enough to let others do his dirty work. So these are our characters we have here, and there's a ton of different maps as well from Mount Calaga, which is a new map, I'm assuming, actually. And then we also have Ambrosia. Of course, we also have Vice City. We have Port Calhoun. And, you know, I just love how GTA really expands the world and just gives us these very different, like, topical places as well, because you do have like the concrete jungle of Vice City, and then you have like the actual wetlands of the Grass Rivers. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I was bummed about GTA 6 being pushed, but I think that them fleshing out these maps, fleshing out these characters, and everything you can do in this world is great. Like the Leonida Keys, I think that's definitely going to be a top contender for one of my favorite places in the game. But let's get more into what exactly is happening here. So in the trailer, of course, we see that Jason seems to be like struggling on a day-to-day. Brian seems to be on his ass, and he is having a relationship with Lucia as well. And it seems that both of them are going to get into a bit of a lot of trouble. Not just a bit, I think a lot of trouble here. But it seems that he's going to have a dark past that's going to be catching up to him. And I mean, working with Brian might just get him even deeper into that. We also see the Rio Dimes as well, Bay Lux, and I mean, Drake Kwan seems to be the manager for Rio Dimes, who's trying to hit it big as well, get out of the criminal world and move past all of that, building his empire. So, according to the game synopsis, Jason and Lucia's story will begin with a score going wrong, which is probably going to be the shots we see of them wearing skull bandanas over their face. And I'm very excited about the whole possibility of seeing a romance blossom in GTA. I feel like GTA hasn't really given us that depth, and I think a Bonnie and Clyde-esque story would definitely be the breath of fresh air it needs. Like, don't get me wrong, I think GTA is a game like franchise that doesn't need much help or much tweaking. I think people go into it knowing what to expect, but I think if they can elevate it even more, I think that definitely is something that would get a ton of people excited about what's to come, right? And I'm very excited to see all of that be sort of fleshed out as well going into this game. And you know what? Very, very excited for this one. We don't know much more of the story or how all of these worlds will collide, but it seems that it's going to be done just massively well, honestly, just from seeing this trailer and them taking their time, knowing they have to take their time and not rushing it out. You know, it's a bummer for a lot of people, but for me, it gets me excited. Jason and Lucia's story could very well be one of the best game stories of all time. And if it takes a couple more months for that, well, like a year for that, then I'll be okay. I'll sit here, I'll wait, and I cannot wait to check this one out. Currently, it seems it's just coming to new gens from PlayStation and Xbox only, so we'll see what happens later down the road. PC, no Switch love, I don't know, but we'll see. But very, very excited for GTA 6. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you thought about the trailer that they showcased. Really, really gorgeous and lush graphics from Vice City, like I said, to the Leonida Keys as well. The Grass Rivers looks like the most interesting for me, alongside with Port Gellhorn, which just looks very, very seedy. But we shall see. We shall see what we're getting into with GTA 6. Comment down what you think the game will be about, some theories and all of that. And if you're excited, were you bummed out that it got pushed to another year, or are you just like, I need this to be perfect? Comment down below. But for more gaming news and stuff like that, and pop culture, movies, music, and all, hit it down here at the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 40,000 subscribers, less than 200 to go for that, and cannot wait to reach that. But as always, I'll see you all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.